everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Let's get all settled in and make sure we got everything we need here. Hello, hi, happy Saturday. Welcome back. Welcome to the weekend stream. Let's see what we can get up to today. Let's get our chat window going. We'll get our alerts going. I should get some sound so I can hear some of them. We'll try these ones today. Hello all. Arahoki, thank you for the 63-month resub. You've inspired me to gear my Death Knight alt. Nice. Let's do it. Morning or afternoon greetings. Yeah. Figured I might see what I can get up to on my alt today for a little bit. Launching the game would help. That would be good. Maybe if we get the coffee, we can launch the Hazel. Nanny, thank you for the 83-month resub. The months keep stacking up. Thank you for all the lovely content. Thank you for being here. 83, holy smokes. Wow, guys. What a nice day. You know what? One thing that, I don't know if it's very, DPS forward, but one thing I might spend some time working on today is maybe setting up some transmogs. This is a good one. Although, I might try in a different color shirt. The blue might be a bit too cool. We'll see. And, just make sure she's got some good outfits that use some of my best weapon mogs, because I feel like that's really like the key part of a good warrior outfit. For me, it's the most exciting thing is I don't normally get to use what they call them, bonky weapons. I'm normally using a casty weapon. It's a bit different. We're here. I can possibly do a full-length stream, and I will possibly have to leave early. We'll see. I've got my phone here. The kittens are at their neuter this morning, and they're going to let me know when I can go pick them up. Oh, we'll see. I think it'll probably be after stream, but just in case, I'm going to keep an eye on it, because I want to make sure I go get them as soon as I can. I pick up the babies. Bring them home. So this is a good start of a mog. This is, let's see, maybe with a slightly different shirt. And then I'm sure there's some one-handers that I haven't. I guess I did just get like a new floppy fish from Abyss Anglers yesterday. This one we've called vegetables, which I feel like is a perfectly good thing. It does look nice with the green, actually. It's not too much green. They're going to be so sleepy. They're going to be sleepy. They're going to be, I guess I don't know if they're going to be mad. I wouldn't judge them if they were mad. They're getting their operations sometime this morning. There's a whole batch of them the rescue's taking in, so I don't know exactly when, but I will be picking them up as soon as they're ready. Brenda Plays, thank you very much for the 3-month resub. Happy Saturday, Hazel. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, I feel like it's all about the green. That's a nice one. We'll save that. It's only 30 gold to change the shirt appearance. So what else do we have? It drives me nuts that these don't like properly. You have to kind of click back and forth a few times for them to update. That was, it's a fine outfit. That's one of the ones we had saved. She also has a deck swab outfit. That one probably needs like some pokey swords, some pokey pirate swords. I'm sure I have some of those. There's some good ones. Those are Plunder Storm pokey pirate swords. Yeah, it should be the matching ones. There we go, that's better. 360 gold. Well, what's it for? Those no, you know what? No, those are too fancy. They are too much. Maybe something a little smaller. That's a little better. That's nice. Maybe we'll try that one. I don't know where any of my mog is from. I suppose it doesn't matter. Save that one. So that's kind of like a pirate. That's the baker. This is more of like the purple sweatsuit and plush. What's the chance you come on with 4? Not high. Not high. Oh man, we were like, oh man, the only one we don't have an orange one. We could get another. We're not getting another one. They cost so much money to feed. 2 was already the stretch. This is a classic. We can't get rid of that one. That's good. We were using this for a while. This one's good. So now I want to make one. I definitely want to make one with like the toy swords and the murlocs on the handle. I bought those. And we gotta use them. It might be a one-handed sword. We'll find them. Yeah, these guys. The fish sticks. That's important. And then I just got to figure out what goes with the fish sticks. Unless we think that it goes with, hang on. Yeah, if we think fish sticks. Oh, fish sticks go with this outfit, don't they? That makes sense. One-handed sword. Glimmer's fish sticks. Yeah, that's perfect. You couldn't do better than that. The backpack I might lose just to make sure that you've got lots of space to see the plushies there. And then does she need anything else? I don't know. I think it might be fine without any helmet or anything at all. I don't think she needs shades. Mythic Raid went yesterday. Are you thinking of someone else? I didn't do a Mythic Raid yesterday. What about the new little black hat? Little one sort of sitting to the side? I did get one of those. I did. Let me see. It might go with some mog. I'm not sure if it's this one. That's kind of cool. I forget where I got that from. If I did a Mythic Raid yesterday, I have wildly forgotten. I did a couple of dungeons, I thought. That might have been it. I love this headset. It's very, or this helmet. It's very Predator. Don't know if this is the outfit for it. I was kind of surprised by how low res it looks. I kind of thought it was up more up res than that. That's the Wendigo hood. I must have scrolled past the hat, or maybe it's like deeper in the window. We could be doing this for a while, but I feel like if I get these set up, that's what really lets you ascend to a higher level. That's what's gonna help us do all the good damage. You can't be DPS and good if you're not feeling good. No, I didn't see it. It must be at the very top of the list. It's not that one. I swear I bought one of the little hats. You'd think it would be up here. They're not armor type restricted. That would be funny. That would be silly. That's not how it works. Usually all the trading post stuff ends up kind of top front end of the list. There's all kinds of stuff I don't even recognize. I must have scrolled past it somehow earlier. The Murloc hood does look pretty good with this. I guess I don't have to, what about the Murloc romper instead of the sweatshirt? What is it, Snuggle? Yeah, you can do that. Then you would do the pants as well. Do I like it with the Murloc suit, or would I rather have... I might rather have the sweatsuit. This is good too. This is a little too cute, I think. I think we go back to the sweats. Yeah, sweatpants and the sweatshirt. I like those a lot. Oh, that's not quite the right color. There it is. That's the one. Gotta be matching. Did you buy it from the shop thing in Silvermoon? Trading post. Yeah, I got it from the trading post. I thought I purchased it. I guess I could go double check. Anyway, I think that's the look for that one. I can put some of these on my bar, I bet. So that we have... What am I likely to actually use? This one... This outfit is needs a name. That's fine. And then the vegetables, very important. That's like 3, I guess 4 good ones if we count the pirate. I do appreciate that we can kind of swap them on the fly like this. That's nice. That's good. Yeah, there's some decent outfits. I feel like this might be the look for a little bit. This might be your Fury Warrior shows up in your dungeon rocking this. I feel like you're ready to party. Oh man, she clips the plushies clip through the floor unless she's moving because she's so low to the ground. Let's go double check the trading post. I could have sworn I bought one of the hats. I can find out what it's called, I guess, so I can search it. Let me see. Purchased. Stylish black cap. I did get it. It just says head. Doesn't have an armor type or anything. It does say known. Let me, like, search for it. I don't think it would work with this outfit, but I'd want to find it just for thoroughness sake now. Stylish. Oh, there it is. Weird. wonder what happened. 4 kittens. Alright, maybe one more. Because we have like 4 outfit slots here that aren't being used yet. If we start from weapons... Oh, I didn't even think about enhancements for these. I guess they don't apply on the plushie. They only apply on the... It's kind of funny with the Wraith Chill on it. Maybe we leave them be. Fedora Mog? Yeah. I know I bought the hat. I don't know if I'm feeling it. She's a... Let's see. She's a Fury Warrior. Let's start with a weapon. Let's put it all back. We'll start with a good weapon that we want to use that we haven't used yet. I like doing kind of goofy concept mogs. I feel like the Captain Crinkle bronze one with the chain keenies is about as serious as she's about to get. There might be some good fist weapons. I don't often make fist weapon mogs. There might be some really nice ones in here. Hi Hazel, what's up? What's up Lucas? How you doing? Happy Saturday. There's gonna be some good ones. The lobster claws are a classic. The hook hands are also a classic. I wonder if I should put one of those onto the deck swab ones. Good. Making machinima again. Nice. It's good to get creative on a weekend. I mean, she is kind of funny in her sweatpants and brass knuckles. Something vaguely threatening and kind of real about that. There were those, these things. What do those go with? If you take maybe one of the long coats from Undermine, perhaps. There's like the black coat. Yeah, the Dark Seas Lowdown coat. And then let's come up with some good boots. You can't be using power tools like this without without some steel-toed shoes on. You know, you gotta have some good footwear. That's just important safety. This might have the hat, actually, now that we mentioned it. This might be where the stylish black cap comes in. Dangerous lollipops. Oh, man. Let's see. We have new stripy pants. We have red stripy pants from the Pyrewood set. What kind of shoes are gonna really work with this? Are they pizza cutters? Yeah! Definitely. Couldn't be for enemy flesh. That would be crazy. Pointy shoes. She could have some spiky shoes, actually. I kind of like that. They're steel-toed and they're vaguely offensive. Maybe... Does she want any shoulders or shoulder capes or anything like that? Not the tartan ones. You could do like one or neither of those. We'll check shoulders and we'll check back pieces. I'm not like loving it yet. It's funny, but it's not really her. It's not really me. There's lots of back pieces. This is another good place to start a mog, is just to kind of figure out what sort of back piece you want to start from and then work out from there. We just got that key after, like, who knows how long. She doesn't have a fairy wing mog yet. There's Venthyr ones with, like, the blades are a decent match for this. Those are, like, an old one. I remember in Shadowlands when we first started getting, like, the cosmetic back pieces that weren't cloaks, and I was just blown away. I was like, wait, you can do that? That's crazy. I don't think it's gonna happen. Alright. Well, what else might we wear? If we reset it all. Maybe we should... You know what? I just kind of want to wear the purple one. I feel like I'm just going to enjoy this. This is good. Use the fish sticks. Let's get up to something. Let's do a little daily decor duel. That seems like a good place to start. get a couple of illusory coins, we can buy something. I'm gonna pull my coin. Speaking of, pull them from my priest. Pretty close to being able to get another weapon mug. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do dungeons today, just because I don't really want to like start something that I can't put down if I have to. Yeah. Wouldn't mind making a little bit of gold. Also, I might need to change. I might need to spend some gold. I might need to change some of her enchants around. I was looking at it, and her haste could use a little of. Oh, and I did enchant haste there. I could stand to enchant haste on my weapon as well. That would help. Miss the pizza cutters making fresh pepperoni out of mugs. Mamma mia. Decor duel. Let's go play hide and seek. Do a little bit of this before we lose steam for it. I still enjoy looking for people. I am somewhat losing my patience for hiding. I don't try as hard as I used to. I'm kind of just shoving myself in a spot and seeing if it works. Maybe porting around a little bit with the second button, but that's about what we got. Did I really get halfway through a gold world quest yesterday? Holy moly. I was working on Abyss Anglers too. I was doing an achievement for swimming through the pools of fish. They wanted you... It wasn't really for anything. So perhaps I should stop that. I guess it's for achievement points. I'm a little under halfway through. I'm 106 out of 250 schools swum through. I am getting coins as I work on that, and I do need more cosmetics from the vendor. There are 2 whole ensembles, so I guess I was doing double duty, working on both of them. And if I get that achievement, that'll give me Jeju's new rival for as much as we need it. And then the only achievements left will be the myth creatures, which is just like catching that big dinosaur a bunch of times for reasons. And then I guess like 1,000,000 cumulative points, which, yeah, a third of the way there. For a weekend morning, decor duel queues slowing down. This is not something that is going to, I guess, get easier over time. If it starts taking longer and longer to get in. I only need 8 more pieces of Mog. And I don't know if I'm going to be heartbroken if I don't get them all. I've been kind of like picking all the good stuff out. Getting all the nice ones, or the ones that I like best. Need to go do more decor duels before it's fully dead. Now is a pretty good time. Let's see. We hiding first? We seeking first? I'm hiding. Perfect. Alright. Grab my favorite trap. Turn into something that is not enormous. Go find a nice spot. I think I'm going to go for this planter. I'm going to take a little lap first, though, so we don't have any extra AFK time. Still haven't done one. I'm fine with this. Yeah. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. What? Uh-oh. Here. Better. Alright. Hopefully no one saw me scooch at the last second there. I blend in decently well. Whether or not somebody checks this spot remains to be seen. Oh, hey, I got mail. I wonder if I sold something. Must have done. Game sounds on, but it's really quiet today. Turn it up. It's a little better. Alright, will they find me? I love it when they're like scanning and scanning and scanning, and they just kind of like run right past you, and the one point that they didn't check was where you were hiding. Well, we're almost 1 down out of 1 minute down out of 3. I do have some flies, but you know, they kind of blend into the bush. There's my decoy. I was hoping that would Distract somebody. I don't think anybody found my decoy either. I think they ran right past that one too. Alright, I'm in the last 3 people. There's gonna be a whistle in a second, and there's somebody right over here. They might see me. Oh, yep. I made it halfway. Works for me. I could take another stab at ritual sites, at least out of collecting out of them, because I don't think I realistically need the rewards for anything. I think both of my characters are outgeared from ritual sites, so it would just be a matter of cosmetics. You know, I could save up some field accolades for buying the purple sets, but Marl is really my bigger problem. I guess if I'm worried about Marl, I could just spam weeklies or world quests or something. Hi, Nightbird. Happy Saturday. Hope you're doing well. I'm starting my day with my my Decor Duel Daily. Alright, a little hide and seek. See if we can find somebody when it's our turn here. Does this ever make you want to decorate? Oh. I was going to say, I meant to put a cushion in my house, but I did it yesterday. We went back to my house at the end of the stream yesterday. We put one of those animated dictation quills into the aquarium to mimic a fish. And then I also rearranged my office cushions. The next room I was going to do was going to be a kitchen. Kitchens are scary. The last time I tried to make a kitchen, it just looked like a play restaurant. It didn't look very kitchen-y at all. Maybe I need to look at like some actual kitchens, pull up like apartment therapy or something to get an idea for the layout. I feel like it's hard to... You really have to build in counters, I feel like. For something to look like a real kitchen to me, it has to have like a lot of counters and a lot of cabinets. That's the thing that makes... I mean, you know, a stove works nicely too, but like... If it doesn't have, like, the storage and the workspaces, then it's not a kitchen. It's just a room where you've got food. And there are counters. I don't know if we have so many cabinets. We're probably open shelving you could do. I suppose if I want to find anybody, I should use the Finding People button. Have they finally fixed this? It seems to be working much better recently. I have not been incorrectly flagged as AFK in the last couple of days. The hunter tracking, I think, got fixed a few days in. Depending on what else you're referring to, it might be better. Or maybe it's just, like, part of the mode. Some things I think people were getting confused about what was a bug and what was intended. Just because it's a bit of a wonky, not wonky, but, like, it's not exactly like hide and seek. Hide and seek adjacent. It's fun though. Works good. I'm getting through my I'm getting through the vendors. I'm getting all the stuff collected. Doing your daily every day for 2 rounds is like kind of a nice way to do it without having to just really grind your face off. I haven't found anybody yet this round. Anybody like scooching or any flies or I haven't seen anything suspicious at all. This corner might be a good spot too. Back in kind of the stables area under one of these plants. Any luck? Wish they made housing like Elder Scrolls Online or BDO, buildings in major cities. I want an apartment in Stormwood. Yeah, I like the way BDO does. Oh, I think I found somebody. No, they switched for something. Did they switch for this one? Yeah. They did. We got him. An illusion. What are you hiding? I remember in BDO, there was like a limited time of cherry blossom event, and I just farmed it. I was farming the event to get a bunch of cherry blossom decor, and I stuffed my house full of basically like 30 big vases of cherry blossom branches. And that was it. That's my house. That's my BDO house. It's an apartment in the city, and it's filled with cherry blossoms and nothing else. The FOMO really got me on that one. I was in the same game as you, Hazel. Nice! Here, gonna queue back up, go in again. Pretty sure I could buy something. Yeah. What's next? There's the bow. Maybe the staff. Because that's a warglaive. This is a one-handed sword. Maybe the phoenix blade. The blue stuff I'm kind of leaving be. That's also a one-handed sword. Place a clone in the statue and then swamp. You get on top of the statue. Good strat. A little cheesy. Would work. I think I'm gonna get... Yeah, these take about a minute now. Oh, there we go. Not too bad. Still a perfectly good time to farm this out. If I wanted to work on my score, I could go either look for or run my own Seed of the Triumvirate key. I don't know about full pugs, though. I don't know if that's what we want to do. I was doing full pugs early in the season on her, but I was like applying for like 2s. I think was what I was up to. I should try to do at least one more. It'll give me a third vault option. I'm really hoping I get a good trinket from my raid options, but you can't expect that kind of thing. Can't force it. First sights. I'm like so much more comfortable joining someone else's key than listing mine. Not because I'm worried about the key, but because I don't like the responsibility of having to like invite people and figure out like who we want based on comp or anything. And I know for 10s it doesn't really matter, but like it's still nice if possible to get a few different buffs and maybe a lust. It's always helpful. We did a group once where we got to the first boss and we were like, wait, why is no one lusting? We realized that nobody could. We hadn't brought any drums. Definitely an option. But what if someone says something justifiable but also a little mean about my sloppy group leadership? I'll burst into flames. I'll spontaneously combust. No more Hazel. Alright, we're looking. We do want Hazel to not be in flames. I was very concerned about spontaneous combustion as a child. It was something that interested me a lot because it just didn't make any sense. I needed to know. You know, I've never seen something just light on fire like that, so how could it be? But then Wikipedia said it was so it must be so. Let's go up here. My generation was quicksand. We were also concerned about that. That was kind of like a good Scooby-Doo villain. A lot of cartoons had quicksand as like a, I don't know, environmental nemesis. More anxious about our house burning down randomly because I saw too many stories about someone leaving the stove on for too long. Yeah, house fires are scary. Those are also like much more likely to be like an actual thing. I don't know if I would have seen them if they hadn't been moving. That's why the floor was lava? Yeah. X-Files did something to the collective consciousness for a while. Sometimes I think I've seen somebody, but I've just seen other people searching. Somebody used a trap in here. Are they getting away with it? Did they port upstairs? Sometimes people port upstairs. How are other people so much better at this than I am? I can, like, have somebody dead to rights, and then they're just gone, and I'm like, welp, I have no way of knowing where they are now. They've swapped with something, and or changed their shape, and I've lost the trail forever. That's funny. Oh, there's a songbird decoy over there. Stop, drop, and roll. I assumed being on fire was going to be a problem I encountered regularly. Yeah. That's a good one to know how to be prepared for, though. That's a good, you know, maybe it's not something that happens all the time, but if it ever does happen, it's an easy situation to panic in, and it's good to kind of have some idea of what's going on. Same thing with earthquake drills. We never had an earthquake that was dangerous enough for things to be caving in, but we sure knew what to do. Oh, I look so cute as grapes on this table. I always find a thing that I really like. I'm just gonna stay here. I always find a thing that I really like, and then I'm like, oh no, I didn't set out decoys. And if I set them out now, they're gonna look like me, and then I could change my shape, but then I wouldn't be this thing I really like anymore. How do I still have flies? I moved. Crinkle is item level 272. She got a bunch of myth gear out of her, bunch of myth gear out of her. Bonus rolls. Bonus rolls gave me myth gear. That was a close call, huh? Oh, we made it 1 minute. She's getting huge. Yeah, she's not too far behind my maiden item level. I just need, like, a lot more experience. I just need to keep hammering the rotation for another, like, 30 hours until I have it down to muscle memory and I kind of get, like, some extra... bandwidth for doing mechanics. Kind of shocking they haven't found me yet. I haven't really been doing much. I even have another use of my trap available. Dweo full of joy, thank you very much for the 13-month resub. Took me a minute to find a mobile website to sub to avoid app prices. Appreciate it very much. Welcome to your emote full and ad-free viewing. I have... This cheese looks so gross now with all the flies. Let's go. Whoop. Not porting to very many different places, are we? Oh, are they going to notice the flies? Let's use that. Send them all off. Teleport. No! There's flies! I'm leaving. Tuck out of line of sight. Set up a decoy. Oh, I ported right as he found me. Oh, I'm stunned! I'm perma-found. What if I swap? Ah. Last 15 seconds. 282. Ho ho. That's some item level. That one's a pretty good hiding round. For me. We win! How many coins do we get? Is it any better than it had been? 41. The amount of coin difference between winning and losing is very slight. That is minimal. Hi, Hazel. Hi, Chris. How you doing? Happy Saturday. Turn this in. Lovely. What shall we buy? We have 259 coins. So we'll get one piece and we can get another one easy tomorrow. Maybe this guy. Nice little one-handed golden sword, I think. That's the stuff. Now, there's gold world quests. If I'm really worried about Marl, I could farm Marl. I could try and see what people are getting up to. Let me see. Pre-made dungeons. Seeds, maybe. I know I literally have a key, but what if we don't worry about that? How is it going, hey, Kinley? It's going alright. It's going not too bad. Made some transmogs. Did a little decor duel. Debating what I'm gonna get up to next. The kitties are having their neuter today, and once they're ready to get picked up, I can go get them, and I'm just like waiting by the phone. And it's okay if it's later. I'm not really expecting it for another couple hours. But if they're ready, I'll go get them. Babies. I am searching on Mythic. You're right. You're absolutely right. Dungeons. Find a group. Ah. I was wondering why there weren't any. So there's a 13 relaxed 3K. This character's score is like 2,500. Here's a 10. Oh, they got a warrior. They probably don't want me, but just in case. 10 relaxed. I'll just sign up for a few. I kind of would prefer to filter out any competitive or carry offered groups. There we go. Relaxed is fine. Learning is fine. 236. Yep. Yep. I've done that too. I'm sure they don't want to double up on warriors or anything. I could do a 12. I don't know that I want to do a 12. What do you need? Score. IO. It's big gap in my resume. I don't know if it has any good loot for me. I'm also not sure if I have... I may have used all my bonus rolls this week. I may finally have caught up with them. Void... What do they even call it anymore? Nebulous Void Core. Okay, I am caught up. I have used all of them. That's good. That's where we want to be. Crest wouldn't hurt either. If I get more Myth Crests, I can get myself some... a few more Myth Crests, and I can get myself some... like a piece crafted. I can ask Flabby's Blacksmith to make me like a Myth weapon. Create groups at 10 or 12. Don't feel like doubling up much matters. So easy this season. Yeah. We'll find something, I bet. We're looking for seat keystones. 8 relaxed. I'd love for at least a 10. 10s are probably much more competitive than like 9s because a lot of people probably want 10s specifically for crests and vault. People filling out, like, you'll get overgeared people that just want to do it for vault. Much easier to get into like lower keys than that. Don't have to do this. I could do something else. I could farm marl. I'm pretty much out of marl. And we need all kinds of it. How much do I have? I have 2,000 marl. And there's all kinds of purple transmog sets that I could be getting into. I could also, if I just wanted to practice, I could do like 9s or 6s or something. Turn off war mode, someone's camping the portal and crashing your game. That's good advice. Had my interview out in Oregon, and let's just say the clinic was a mess. Couldn't answer any questions I had. They said they'd email me, but it's stuff that they should know. Definitely not taking that job. Yeah, no, you don't want to work for people like that. Oh, that sucks. Sad because the area was so pretty. Yeah. Yikes. Yikes is right. Sometimes I don't know which ones I've already been declined from. Sometimes I don't know if I'm just blithely signing up for people that have already turned me down, being like, what about now? Yeah, just apply anyway. Oh, hey, somebody wants me. Woo! Hello. That's right. Hi. Wait. Hola. I will port to seat. Just in case we get this going here. Am I in my... I'm in my raid target. Let's get into our keys build. Mountain Thane. Make sure I have... There's my dungeon portal. Make sure I have my trinket. This Dragon Games equipment sucks, but it's what we have right now, so that's what we're using. I'm gonna port to seat, but, like, there's a non-zero chance that I get kicked for a better DPS before we actually start this key. We'll see. Oh, it has bisque gloves. Ooh. Now that I have 5-piece tier, I wouldn't be mad at that. Oh, I should look at the bisque list. And find out what piece actually. So for Mythic Plus, bisque gear, gloves. Yeah, they do want you using Void Claw gauntlets. Interesting. Okay. And then you have, I'm guessing, 4-piece from everything else. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because right now I have champion tier gloves, so those would be a huge upgrade. I'm in Mythic Plus build. Anything I need to know about? See, I have some consumes. I have a little bit of food. I need to send her some hearty royal roast. I'll like just cook up a bunch on my priest and send it over. I have not been doing that. I have drums, although I hope I don't need them. I can phoenix oil. I guess I'll go wait inside. Sometimes I'm waiting outside in case people need summons, but everybody has teleports. Yeah, I'm a hunter. You're good for lust. Yeah.
Dark portals are tearing open reality,
And here, I'll just eat a regular food. Do I want to use a good flask or a cheap flask? It's crazy that it's only for an hour. Here. I'll use the good flask, but I'm going to wait for people to zone in. Yeah, mage too. Yeah, nice. Hi. Alright, people are coming. People are here. Cheer. Is this another gnome? It's a mecha gnome. Ha! I'm Captain Crinkle. I'm gonna look at my rotation one more time. Thunderclap on more than 6 targets. Then Rampage and Bloodbath. I realistically don't even need Whirlwind on my bar for Mountain Thane. You're never using it. You're never using it in Mountain Thane spec. I'm just gonna take it off the bar. Oh, hang on. Let me make sure my Logitech, whenever my mouse keybinds aren't working, it's usually a good sign I need to reboot my mouse driver. Mountain Thane's so much more fun than Slayer. Yeah, I kind of agree. Nice. Okay, now it's working. Raid guides are goated. You explained them the best. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching them, Kalthasaur. That's sweet of you. I really appreciate it. Okay, I have food, flask, weapon oils. I have some potions. I only have 10 of them. Maybe I should buy a few more. Lights potential. Silver. Because I'm cheap. I do have, okay, that was not descriptive enough. Get like 100. I do have health pots. I'm not super familiar with how people pull dungeons like this and like where the lust spots or the big damage spots are, but I'll just try and do my best. You get your cooldowns back so fast anyway that I feel like just sending them is the move. I'm gonna ride my new trading post mount. Yeah, they're asking if we're less than full. I'm good with that. Take down the subjugators. Season of Discovery? For a few minutes. I think I got upset when I tried to discover things without looking them up, and then I didn't. I was playing like a hunter, and I was looking for a bear cave, and I checked every cave in Teldrassil, and then it turned out the bear cave was not a cave. I was pretty upset. Alright, this button. This button. These buttons. Yeah, that is Mei. That will work. think that's why you bring the Fury Warrior. Haha! I'm helping! I need to use my trinket at some point, but there didn't seem to be a good moment. Here we go. Alright, we gotta watch out for some stuff. Uh-oh, tank's dead. Look at you go. Are we kiting? Kiting?
Overcome this trial. Win my favor.
Oh, there's a subjugator over there, I see. I'm gonna get him! Oh no. I don't know if they want to wipe or if they want to just res it. This is rough. I mean, the subjugator's dead. Something to clear snares, you can get the chain. I do, yeah. I think we're just wiping. Oh dear. Unfortunate. Well, there's more stuff coming in. I wonder if this group's gonna keep it together, or are we resetting? We're resetting. Don't be like me, pop it before the chain goes out and then stand there. Oh no! You gotta let it go home. Oh boy. Happens. Alright. Sometimes that's the downside of having res be too close, is we have 18 deaths now. We did kill some stuff. Alright, let's do this. I feel like 10s have such generous timers that if it's turning dangerous to do big pulls, you gotta just like... So, there we go, that'll work. Looks like I can Berserker Rage the chains off. And I can also Escape Artist as well, being a gnome. Super, super juicy. This week I think is it the healer debuff still? I guess we'll see. Yeah, heal absorb, gotcha. So I can Berserker Rage that off as well. Okay. We're doing boss time. I put a personal resource display up here, and I feel like I need to just move it back to the middle so I can really properly see it. Because I just want to be able to keep an eye specifically on my rage bar. Health bar is a good idea to keep an eye on too. Drop this off over here. Either ads make it back in. Good. Didn't know I could Berserker Rage that debuff off. Chat taught me that the other day. Super handy. It irritates me because I don't understand why it works. Berserker Rage removes fear, sap, and some in-cap effects, and to my knowledge, the heal absorb is none of those things. But I guess the way it's coded, it just works. And who am I to complain? Wouldn't it be great if something was bugged in our favor? Feel better now. Yeah, no, I have the exact same issue. It doesn't make any sense. Magic. Just what warriors are famous for. Man, it's weird not being involved in tanking or healing, and like if the tank takes a lot of damage like that, it's just kind of like not my problem, I guess. I'm just gonna have to leave them to it. I can use Rallying Cry if I really need to. I should really standardize a keybind for that. I have it on a different keybind in each spec and it's messing me up. I exist? Hello! Hi, Scarlet. Just figured out you can spell ward the Lashers in the first pull of AA, and that way you don't get 3 stacks. Disrupting their efforts would benefit us all. Yeah, I use Blizz frames when I heal. I use basically exactly like the way it looks here is basically what I'm dealing with, and then Blizzard default mouse over healing.
Their motives and put a stop to their efforts.
You take Rend off the bar. I put Rend on the bar on purpose. I wanted to see it. Do this. I'm gonna evolve it over time. Didn't know if frames are gonna be required. People get very like specific about how they like their healing UIs to be personally. I'm the only one I know that heals on default frames with default mouse over and no healing out on. But I'm a perfectly accomplished healer. I do fine. I can pull a few parses in heroic. I can heal keys. It's I don't think all that stuff is required. The most important thing is that you're comfortable with your UI and you feel like you're seeing all the information that you need. Playing a Rester Druid may require a little more interface just to get a clear view of all of your haunts. It's something they've been improving the default frames about, but not necessarily they're not perfect yet, I don't think. As a Holy Priest, I don't have so many buffs that I'm worried about tracking. Decided Warlock can be leveled today? Nice. Okay, what are we getting? This pack. And these guys. Let's escape artist the chains. Let's maybe focus on that conjure.
Overcome this trial.
Berserker Rage off that debuff. Yeah, definitely need to rearrange my UI a little bit. I want to move the personal resource display a little bit more central. Difficulty keeping track of my haunts as a Resto Druid. I'm getting a little bit better at the dispels, but only because I'm learning when to expect them. And I'll see them coming in the boss timer, and that kind of helps me know what's going on. Being able to anticipate is awesome. Yeah. I love anticipating a dispel on Twin Dragons. When people know exactly where to go, I can be ready to take that fear off of them. Same global, and it feels so good. It's so satisfying. Yeah. Definitely more than 6 targets, so we're thunderclapping.
And yet, the void still grows.
I wonder if I should rearrange my keybinds at all. I think sometimes I end up pressing Raging Blow because it feels like it should be a more important button than it is, when really it's almost your bottom priority. There's usually something else you should be pressing instead of Raging Blow. Okay, we're doing this one. That one. Give the tank a second. This one. First time seeing you do Mythic Plus? Yeah, I've been getting into a few DPS keys recently. I normally heal. I've been Holy Priest this season. We were doing kind of 12s through 14s before everybody got all busy and stuff with their lives and their activities and worthwhile pursuits of life. And I've just been setting up another character, so I've been practicing. I wanted to get some more, basically just practice time on this warrior. And I need seat for score, and also there's apparently some bisque gloves in here for me. I'm not like a pro player by any means, but I do fine. We do pretty good. One of these guys, this one. I don't like not DPSing. At least we got the kick though. I'll just cleave off this thing because I've been in groups where that fear gets off, and I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to live that life.
Overcome this trial. Win my faith.
Seems fine. It seems like we've got lots of interrupts here, though. That's not our issue. We don't have issues. We're good. I'm just happy that nobody left after the beginning. I was a little worried about that. I've heard a lot of stories. You're reading the forums, and you'll hear about all kinds of people just, like, behaving horrifically in random groups with others. Everybody I've met has been pretty chill. I don't mind getting this back one. Pug a lot of keys. I've had very few negative experiences. Yeah. It definitely happens. And I've seen it happen to other people for, like, no reason. But it's not as prevalent as people make it out to be. Even when my key gets bricked, it's just kind of like, oh, that's too bad, and it kind of ends there. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it just happens. Good afternoon or evening. Good afternoon or evening, Atlantia. How are you doing today? I want to make sure I'm focusing on not overcapping rage and doing a lot more bloodthirsting. Those are the two things I really want to prioritize. That and I guess more executes. I'm not always on top of using my executes. Or like I'm afraid I'm going to overcap my rage with them. And they're great. It's an awesome button. Difficulty being lowered has resulted in people being more chill in keys. Maybe, yeah. I do like cooldowns. It's pretty fun. Water off a duck's back, that's what I say. There was I think it was a fairly early season of Drag Race where one of the contestants said that a lot, and it kind of stuck with me. Another good one is if they don't know you personally, don't take it personal. Yeah, I think that was Jinx Monsoon. I think you're absolutely right. It's so fun. I like Big Bar. It's really all it's really the main draw of playing DPS is like, can we make the bar big? Can we make the damage happen? I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, sorry, I guess I should take that, like, off of people. Are you trying to get in that with me? Is it a soak? Or did we just juke each other? I can't tell. Hi, Hazel. Hello, how you doing? Happy Saturday. Hope the weekend's going well. Because I feel like I don't want to be in that. I was just trying to find a little spot so I could, like, stay in melee and view it. I don't know how often I'm supposed to do that. I'm still figuring that one out. When I'm ranged, obviously I take my circles out of melee, but I feel like melee can usually find, like, a spot. How do you bear waiting for exciting Amazon packages to arrive? Anything exciting I'm waiting for. I just try to keep myself busy. Try and get involved in something that I know is going to, like, occupy myself so I'm not constantly thinking about it. Because every time I think about it, it makes it feel longer. World of Warcraft is a good one. Stream? Yeah, second one. Bear like the animal is also for, like, putting up with something or carrying a load. B-A-R-E bear is more like to make something naked. Further confused by the fact that bears the animals are frequently, almost exclusively naked. Very unnatural to see them in pants. Smokey wears a hat, so there's that. Hey, boo boo. Different bear. I don't want to use cooldowns in just these two. I'm going to hold some stuff. Spot between their ears is perfect for little hats. If not, friend, why friendship? I appreciate things that are gonna chunk out, like, missiles and melee, tell you which way they're aiming now. That's nice. Paddington had a duffel coat. I've been wanting to watch the Paddington movies for like 5 years, and I'm waiting for them to pop up on, like, a streaming service, and I haven't found them yet. I'll have to look again sometime. Oh, alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm gonna start rallying crying more. Am I gonna do more? I'm not sure. Probably not. Honestly. I don't wanna... Because I might have to leave on short notice, and I don't want to have to put myself in that situation of being late. Or, you know, I don't want to ditch a key either, so... I think it's just this one. I might get into some farming after this. I am having lots of fun, though. Maybe I should do some decorating. That might be a good idea. Oh, well, let's not count our chickens before we hatch. We gotta finish this dungeon first. I'm on it. I'm helping. Not helping very much, but I guess they didn't bring me for my single target. Hope you have a marvelous stream. Well, thank you. Happy you got to catch stream. Always miss it because I'll be in class. Oh, class very important though. We always have VODs. I'm happy to have you here though. What things you can spell reflect? Oh, I want to. It's one of the things that really appeals to me about Warriors. In like single player content, like in a delve or something, I feel like it's much easier for me to figure out because I can just kind of test it. In a dungeon, I haven't got to the point of putting like spell targets on enemy frames or anything like that, so sometimes I'll just wing a spell reflect in the middle of a pack of casters just in case, but I'm not like 100% on it. And because I'm a DPS, it's kind of RNG if something's targeting me in the first place. But I do want to get better at that because it sounds super fun. And it's like a 23-second cooldown with no cost, so like you may as well. Some people probably just macro it into stuff so they just get maximum uptime on it. That's probably not a horrific idea if it's an instant cast. I'm not sure if it is. Hello, good morning. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. I'm going to save my cooldowns for burn phase. I almost feel like I'm going to get him back before then. Even with our 18 deaths in the beginning here, we're still doing fine. Oh, I guess I'm not saving my cooldowns. Maybe we'll get them back. This is kind of a long fight. You get cooldowns back all the time. Yeah, 30 seconds and it'll be back. Can we get another round of these? Did I not hit that one? I meant to. Oh no, I hit the one to the left of it. That's right. Yeah, we're totally gonna have our CDs back. Oh, it's not even on me.
Overcome this trial. Win my favor.
And CDs. I'm pressing the buttons as hard as I can. Timing worked out good. Gotta do it again though. Incoming. Who's incoming? There are ads in this fight? I don't know, I'm not usually fighting it this long. Yeah, whatever. Wing it. Death Bolt, Dread Pulse, Ice Bolt, Plague Bolt. Good options to use Spell Reflect. Hmm. They're not... Yeah, exactly. They're not CDs if they're not seeing. Otherwise it's just a button sitting on your bar like a stump on a log. Hey, we timed it! Woo!
How did a being of the light become a creature of shadow?
I got a ring. I got a ooh, good haste, which I want, and it's got avoidance on it. And I had a champion ring on, so I can use it.
Feel the fallen
Oh,
knowledge.
take care, he's alive. Somebody knew it was me. Okay, what? I gotta get my ring enchanted. Nicely done. Oh, thank you very much. Love an upgrade. Alright, I should... I think take a really quick break, and then come back and figure out what we're gonna get into. BRB. Okay, let's see. That was fun. I wish I had guaranteed time to do more, but we can always do that tomorrow or some other day. Did I get good score? Let's see. I'm up to 2676. I got all 10s and 112. Look at me go. Woohoo! All right. I think we're replacing the champion ring. I'm going to just disenchant the old one so I can't put it back on. And then I'm going to get presumably a haste enchant and probably a haste gem, honestly. Because my haste needs love. Nice doggo. I got a nice buddy. He's sleepy today. I think he's a bit glum. He doesn't understand why we didn't bring the kittens home last night. Okay. So enhancements for me. Ring. We'll do a Silver Moon's Alacrity. And let's get a Flawless Masterful Peridot. Silver Moon's Alacrity. It's ironic that the one called Masterful is actually more haste than mastery. That's good. This is why I keep spending my gold, is every time I get a piece of gear, now that I'm kind of getting farther along an item level, I keep upgrading things or like enchanting them and whatnot. It's not my best ring or anything, but it's not bad. The Versa we could do without, but the haste is great. I needed more haste. I really need a better neck. My neck, let's look at the BIS list. My best neck comes from Midnight Falls. Ooh. There's probably another one somewhere. Icy Veins, yeah, has the same one. There's probably a hastier neck somewhere that would help me with my stat targets. Anyway, hopefully we'll get things in Vault. Stars and Dungeons, anything with Bolt Blast, especially Shrink. You don't want to get shrunked. Oh, if they shrink me anymore, I'll disappear. Also, where's my weapons? Why do I look like this? Two-hander, two-hander. I don't have a one-hander on. It looks right here. What's happened over here? Oh, it's my enchanting equipment. Okay, alright. Oof. Scared me. Okay, I want to have a look at... I have just a few field accolades in this character. I want to have a look at the purple gear vendor. See how much it even costs to buy pieces of it. Yeah, it does look neat. That's true. Can craft one. I gotta craft a weapon. I'm gonna... Once I have the crests for it, which I'm close. Next time I do a 10, I'll get enough myth crests. Or I could even do delves. I could even do some delve 11s today. Maybe that's what I'll do. And get myth crests for... Yeah, you know what? Let's just kind of go ahead. That's a Shadowguard point. That's a Parhelion. Gulf of Memory. Twilight Crypts. I'm gonna do Twilight Crypts. This will give me Marl. Chance at some hero loot. I still have a champion neck that I need to replace. Man, I really got rid of my champion gear, didn't I? Oh yeah, and then I need my gloves. That's right, my gloves are pretty bad. They're tier, but I could do better than that. Oh, it's coming along. It's so exciting. What was my overall like for that dungeon? I feel like I kind of fell off in the back half. Seed of Triumvirate overall, not bad. 99k. I'm pleased with that. Last boss, that beam, you can spell reflect. The one that hits the little rune thing? Does it still work for the mechanic? That's a good tip. Neck from Pit. If you get enough haste and mastery from other sources. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I gotta start using my spell reflect a lot more. Oh, let's go do a delve. I bet it'll be much more exciting than the last time. I don't think I need my Valyra to heal. Well, I'm doing a delve 11, but I bet you I can get away with a DPS Valyra now. I think I might try, because she's going to do much more damage. I am delve achievement-wise coming along on Midnight Delver, Delver of the Depths. I need to do a Dark Way 11. I'm kind of waiting for one to be bountiful. Damage Dealer 3 needs me to do Twilight Crypts, which is part of the reason why we're here. Best spell reflect is the golems in Skyreach. You can make them channel Solar Beam or whatever onto themselves. Oh. Do they target DPS with that or just tanks? Listen, I taunt. First taunt, then spell reflect, then ask for help. DPS 2? Well, that's good. Random, gotcha. I'll have to try that sometime. Alright, pop into here. Get a little food buff. Love this chat. You guys know stuff. Endless wealth of tips and information. Let's do edit mode, and I'm gonna scooch my resource display to be kind of like there. Let's try that. Just so I have like a nice big health and rage bar. I want to get better. I do cap on rage still sometimes. I want to work on that. We drink? That's what we do. We drink and we know things. I'm gonna be brave. I can always go back later. I'm gonna switch Valyra to DPS. I think I have the item level now. Before, when I had her healing, it was because I was like 230 doing 11. So I think we'll be better off now that we're 272. Everything's gonna be fine. We can check current segment. Okay, that does hurt. That would be a good thing to spell reflect. Never swap Valyra from tank. The Dells feel very easy no matter what role I am as well. I find that for me, I can always easily do it if she's healing. But it's faster if I have her do damage. Alright, levers pulled and summoners slain. Let's give it a few seconds maybe. I want a cooldown or two for this. Oh yeah, I forgot I still had mining. She needs to make some gold too. I gotta be making gold just so I can pay for all these enchants. Have you done the rituals? How do you feel about them without my NPC helper? Feel like it's harder. I've tried them a handful of times. I've had some bad luck with just getting called away without being able to complete them. And usually, like, early on, I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff because I'm trying to collect things. I was trying to, like, do the quest to unlock the different affixes. So I was doing it, like, really long. So I'd be, like, 25 minutes in. I'd be 2/3 done, and then I'd have to go. And I've done that twice now, and I feel like it's kind of... It's not the fault of the mode, but it's kind of killed the mode for me. It's cursed. Like, I know for a fact that if I tried to do those today, I would get a call or a text, and I would be like, okay, well, I gotta go. Guess we're not finishing this again. That's just destiny. I'm almost tempted to do it so that I can get them to text me. And now, it's been so long that I've kind of outgeared them. I don't think I realistically need them on this character anymore. It would just be for field accolades for cosmetics. For gear is terrible. Farming tokens to buy a token for gear isn't fun. Yeah. Yeah, the fact that the hero track gear is so expensive, which, it's fine. I just think they're not for me. I think it's content for somebody who wants to gear up solo or gear up in world content. They're not interested in dungeons. They're not interested in raid. That's who that's for. I'm doing dungeons. I don't need it. I got all the gear I needed out of dungeons. I'm all set. Shall we do the pangolin? Oh, that's right. Can't do that yet. I'm done with hero crest. Nearly. I have a couple more pieces to upgrade. But I'm also getting hero crest much more easily from other stuff, really. And if you cap on myth crest, you'll start getting hero crest as well. Holy moly! I need to be a bit more careful here. Just seems like faster ways to get that kind of stuff. Yeah, delves. The fact that delves and prey both feel faster and better is curious because they're like... You'd think that the content that came out more recently would be more efficient. It would be catch-up. It would be faster. And it doesn't feel faster to me. It feels like a prey, Nightmare Prey and then Delve 11s seem to give more gear more reliably. just kind of strangely set up. There's our banner. Socially unavailable to some of us. Well, I think that's why there's more options now for every level of social availability. Because I'm not sure how else you really address that. Just another time sink for overachievers. I think this expansion has cured me of my own levels of overachievement. I think Blizz finally talked me out of completionisming. That's not a word. They finally, I should stop stepping on those. They finally talked me out of it. I've come to accept that I can't possibly do it all. Which has always been true, but it feels extra true now. It's given me the freedom to just be like, well, this content sucks and I won't do it because I don't have to. I used to do everything by default, and if it sucked, I would be angry with them or like upset because it was like, well, now I have to do this thing that's really boring. And they made so much content that I could kind of take or leave that I don't actually have to do it anymore. I guess I never did. A real hero was the insights he made along the way. Vault is better with ritual sites. Not the keys. You'll get an extra upgrade level over Delves and Nightmare Prey from ritual sites, but it's just going to save you a couple quests. It's not going to get you like a better upgrade track or anything. It's not going to give you myth gear. It's just, I think, hero 2 of 6 instead of 1 to 6. Technically better, but practically, is it worth it? If you want to. If you like ritual sites, by all means. Just content, not entertainment? Yeah. And I do feel like a lot of the content they added recently has been entertaining. Decor Duels and Abyss Anglers. Both excellent. Keys have been great. Keys have been in a great place. I've been having so much fun just doing them all over again from a new perspective on a new class. And I feel like the part of the reason I'm so comfy to try a new spec and play it is because of the class changes and everything that they've done to kind of make the game feel a little more accessible recently. Oh dear me. Did I get all the levers up here? We'll take another look. I didn't miss a lever, did I? Remix healed me. I know in the future there will be Remix Midnight, so I can get everything. No more new currencies. I'm fine with currencies. I need them, or not need, but it would be nice if there was less of them, though, so it was less confusing to navigate and it was more clear why something is a currency. Usually the alternative to a currency for reward structure is RNG, which people historically like less. Currencies at least are deterministic. You're definitely going to grind it. You're always going to get it. It's kind of the bad luck protection of here. You don't have to farm this thing infinitely because you can save up the currency and buy it. We normally like that. But when you have currencies that are just for the sake of buying another currency, at that point, kindly sit down. Like, what do you, like, dark particles can bite me. That's just messy. That's just confusing for no reason. This way. They've just done so very many of them that it's just not, I keep walking on this. There's just too many. And a lot of them are just kind of redundant or unnecessary or could have been handled with a neater or tidier design. Hey, I found the lever I was missing. Wow. Well, my cooldowns are certainly back up. These dogs are the scariest thing in here. You have to stop your ritual set before it ends. You at least get dark particles.
Can't catch us.
Yeah, I guess so. Technically true. I don't think that justifies them existing, though. I think the game would be flat off better off if they just control X. Control-Alt deleted those as completely. They gotta learn how to, or they gotta relearn, because they used to know how to edit. They just ship things very willy-nilly. There doesn't seem to be a lot of thought about whether or not something deserves to be in the game. It's just kind of like, hey, this thing sort of works? Sure. Here, it's content. Take it, nerds. Good afternoon, Hazel. Good afternoon, Jans. How you doing today? Happy Saturday. Can I go through this door? I can. Don't mind me getting lost in Twilight Crypts, as is tradition. Yeah, you'd think it'd be short enough to get right under the door, huh? Oh, clearly not. Oh, this one killed somebody. Vengeance! Can I get through here? I don't see any spears. Warrior Hazel, one step away from tanking. I've done more tanking in my life than I have done, I've done more tanking than I've done melee DPS. Because every now and then I'll have a tank arc. I want to really give melee a proper shot. I've spent very little time in my WoW career of however many years it's been, like 20. Not quite 20. 16? However many years it's been since 2009. And, you know, time to give it a fair shot. Hey, Liana, thank you very much for the 7-month resub. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's going pretty good. I pugged a 10. All strangers. You ever jump off a cliff without your mount by accident? I just did. Oh, been there. I'm normally playing a class that can survive. My hunter can disengage, my warrior can heroic leap, my priest can technically levitate, although sometimes I just go splat. Well, I'm trying to remember what I bound it to. And then I guess any of my characters has, like, a parasol, but I'm not whipping out a parasol. Who do I think I am? 2029 is going to be your 20-year anniversary. Well, that's good. I think this game might be the thing that I've stuck with for the longest in my life. Who would have thought that it would have been World of Warcraft? Wow. I don't know if I would have taken the bet in 2009 that I would still be playing. Not to mention professionally in 2026. How many hunters do you make per year? My HPY. It's how you determine it. It's a recession indicator, really. The delve's long, but let's remember I'm messing it up. I'm can't neglect the fact that I get hideously lost in here. I spent maybe 10 minutes, or it felt like 10 minutes, backtracking and wandering back and forth looking for the lever that I had missed. I am historically, like, really bad at this one. I get very... I'm on the right track now, but this is kind of my nemesis delve. It's alright. I think it's something about streaming. I'm better at it when I'm not streaming. Something about being distracted leads me to just kind of make the same mistake over and over and over again. Trying to deal with something you know you can deal with, but you have no idea where the bind is. Yep. That's me looking for my, like, I was in a dungeon or a raid. I was in raid and there was an emergency and I was like, this is the moment for rally and cry. And I looked at my buttons and I'm like, well, I think it's a yelling face. And I'm like, this one? Nope. Okay, well, it's this one. But I feel like there's a lot of angry faces on the warrior bars. I guess there's just two. My complaining is falling apart.
This is for you.
Started with Shadowlands, and that apparently has already been 6 years. Mind you, haven't joined a guild or done an actual raid outside of a pug normal LFR. Felt like I started playing a year ago. That's pretty much my trajectory. I started in Wrath, and I did not get into this guild. I did not get into any guild until mid-Kata, and then I, like, played with the one guild for a couple of, like, maybe 1.5 tiers, and then they, I think, fell apart. And then I didn't get into my guild until, like, end of MoP, basically going into WoD. So my first couple of years of playing WoW was just kind of bouncing around looking for a home, changing alts all the time. I didn't really have a main until... I didn't pick Priest until WoD, really. I was a hunter slash warlock slash priest slash druid. Bing bong bing bong bing bong bing. Didn't pick DH till the War Within, and that's the longest I've stuck to a class. I let out a comment on Reddit, Legion's Modern WoW, and Legion's like 10 years ago. I was gagged. What if you are the modern day Hazel? What does that make me, though? Don't tell me I'm a legacy act. I'm not ready to hear it. Oh, I was dreaming last night about finding more and more gray hairs in my bangs, and I'm like, I deal with this during the daytime. We don't need to think about it at night. WoW was not quite my first MMO. When I first wanted to play WoW, I was a high schooler, teenager, did not have my own money, did not want to ask my parents to pay a monthly sub fee. I didn't even want to ask. So while all my friends were playing WoW and talking about how fun and cool it was, I was like, I'm going to find a free MMO. And I'm going to play something for free. So I like went Googling around, and I ended up playing an Asian MMO called Shaya Online. It had these two scantily clad goddesses with pendulous breasts. And it had a very grindy system. It had one of those leveling systems where you level and then you can start over again in like hardcore leveling where you lose experience for deaths, but you gain more stats with every level. So all the strongest characters were in like this hardcore mode, but you were leveling at like a fifth of the speed. And also you would lose like days worth of progress if you died. I'm sure it's still bopping around somewhere. YouTube is delivering one of your first videos on people's For You page. Oh man. I never know what to do. I always feel the urge to delete it, but then I'm like, well, if it's getting people into me. At least they're recommending something, right? Okay, they gave me champion pants. I have 140 untainted mana crystals. I can't buy anything. Not that I wanted to anyway. I don't want to get champion stuff. Hi, Prankster Marionette. How are you doing today? Don't delete it. That's her story. There's one short that pops around in the algorithm every once in a while that's literally just me canceling a stream because my power's out. And it's really old. And every now and then somebody, like, I see it pop up in my YouTube Shorts algorithm, and it's like, why? People must watch it. Content? Question mark? I forgot what I wanted to do next. I did my Delve 11. I got 5 myth crests. I got plenty of hero crests, actually. Could do another one. Can't possibly be as slow as that one I just did. Could do these for my myth crests. See how many of those gilded chests I have left to get in a week. If I look at my delve interface, which is where journeys, delves, does it not show me somewhere? I feel like it shows you somewhere. Maybe when you're zoning in. How are my undercoins doing? Can I afford any goodies? I have like 3,600 of them. I've been saving up for cosmetics.
I have answers if you have questions.
5k for a mushroom. Oh yeah, I forgot. They're all kind of... I mean, maybe I just got the good ones already. I have the decor, or at least one of each thing of decor. I guess I could buy like offhand books. Sure. Buy one of those.
Keep an eye out for
Get her done.
anything interesting.
What does the other guy have? Oh, that's right. Things I already got. Okay. What do you want? No. Quest says, listen to what he has to say. I don't want to. Perhelion? Holding the line? Sure. Yeah, this will be good for crest, because if if I get one more of these done, I'll have enough myth crest to ask Flabby's blacksmith to make me a weapon. I'll have to gather together all of my bits and pieces. Shopping for all of the components to get a weapon crafted with like an embellish and the right stats and everything is a little too much work for me. It's a little too smart for me. I feel not quite mentally qualified. Hazel, I'm low-key afraid of Season 2. Blizzard will not let the accusations of easy season pass by unnoticed. I'm afraid they will crank the difficulty up. Oh, I understand. I feel that. On one hand, Blizzard does have a long and decorated track record of swinging the pendulum too far in either direction and that kind of thing. So there is every chance that they make it kind of too hard. But on the other hand, I feel like they are sitting on a wealth of data about participation this season, and I betcha that having this spread of difficulty has been really successful for them. I bet it's gotten a lot of people doing keys, and I feel like you can't argue with success. They have to take that on board. I've seen so many people just running keys all the time, well into the season after normally people have kind of moved on. People playing alts and gearing them up and like playing them at the same level they were pushing their mains. That is not something that I used to see. And I feel like it's a good sign. I think they'll take that on board. Okay, so they give you like weapons and stuff that I can forget to use. Love how you phrased that. Ask Flabby's blacksmith like he's an entity apart from Flabby. Very different from asking Flabby's leatherworker. Bit more incentive this time with a 3.4k milestone. I still don't have that yet on my priest. I think we could totally do it. It's just a question of finding time and people may or may not be motivated. Oh, if my group doesn't do it, do I want to try and do it without them? Flabby would come with me. Flabby and I could try to two-man it. I bet people would. We just gotta make time. Because I would love to get a saddle and pick out a mount, you know? Yeah, exactly. If it's too easy, you push higher. I think that the only real... Not the only, but one reason that people might be upset about the difficulty this season is if they perceive that they think other people are getting loot they, like, don't deserve. Because you can get such good loot, especially with bonus rolls out of plus 10 keys. And 10s are decently easy and accessible. So some people might just be worried that like the things they formerly felt only they were good enough to do are now more accessible to more people. You know, teeny itsy bitsy smidge of gatekeeping. I think most people are pretty happy. Weird spots heroic rating. It is true that it's bizarre that heroic rating gives like worse loot than 10s and it's much harder. But it's still satisfying to do. Nobody was suggesting that we don't get AOTC because we were already geared, you know. If anything, we were excited to have that gear to help push AOTC. Nice to see friends who might struggle before getting good loot to get excited about. Just about got my 3k again, but not much more. Did I get 3k in my priest? My priest actually might be like 20 rating off of 3k. She didn't do any keys last week though. And then this week I've been doing everything on my warrior. I did raid. I did a full raid week, including heroic Lura on my warrior this week. I think our warrior might play rogue next season. And if that's true, then we want somebody to have a attack power buff. Hello, Mr. Sonic Gen. Hi. Lock in, take advantage of everything being easy, but the energy it takes me to overcome being scared of a pug already takes me out. Oh, real. I feel like that's why I get so exhausted whenever I've gone out into the world or like driven anywhere. It's not so much that like driving to go shop for groceries was like exhausting in itself. It was the being brave and doing it that really takes it out of you. Excuse me, I made small talk with a stranger? I now need a nap. We're proud of me for doing that, and I have now depleted my resources for the next 4 to 6 hours. Are you ready for the next big raid to RNG drop a legendary two-hander now that you swapped to warrior? Just the game telling me to get off. Maybe they'll do a priest legendary and it'll be good because I won't have to deal with it. Deal with not having it. Feels bad to gear up Mythic Plus, then brute force the heroic raid. Still happy with the clear, but meh. I feel like Laura at least. Illyria's had some nerfs. Laura, you're not getting through without doing it right. It is hard to outgear Laura. You're gonna have to do some mechanics. She has a whole bunch of mechanics that will just, like, giga wipe you if you do not do them. You can't just kind of sort of do Laura, which I appreciate. I like that there's sort of a boss with some teeth in it like that. Ah! I have perished. That hurt. How dare they hit me until I've died. I don't know what happened to Valera. Maybe she'll show up. Druids deserve a legendary as an apology for not getting one in the Emerald Dream. I remember you spent all of that patch A, wishing that Druids had like their legendary because it was like the Druid patch, and B, waiting for Blizzard to give us duck mounts, which I can't help but notice that they never did. How could they do this to you? How rude. Lyra feels harder than necessary. It takes us longer to re-clear her every week than Mythic Paladins. We've re-cleared her once, and it felt like a full reprogression, even doing it with just like a very slightly different raid comp. And I don't know if... I don't think we're going to re-clear her again. I think we're moving straight into all raids. I think we're done with her. I think we've cleared her twice, and that's it. I don't think we're going to keep grinding it. I need to get up there. Any grappling hooks? Boing? Maybe stairs. Trust me, have not forgotten the duck forms. What do you want more? A duck form for Druid or a duck mount? If you had to pick, you gotta pick just one, and it's up to you. And everybody has to live with your choice. Form? No hesitation. Little luck, we'll get her down next week, the one after. The 2 crystal strat was what worked for us. We have yet to do it without using 2 crystal strat. So I can go quacking around. I don't even use mounts, I just collect them. Wish I could like raids more. In theory, they're cool, but I hate the planning, waiting for people to get consumables, someone's late, someone doesn't know what to do. Yeah. My enjoyment of raiding is being heavily carried by having a phenomenal, competent raid leader who like handles all of that. I need to do better. That was terrible. Having the right person that can herd the ducks and have the hard conversations and hand out the loot wisely is invaluable, and raiding would not be fun without it. I think the same reason I like keys is because I'm just lucky to have fantastic people to play with. But there's lots of fantastic people out there. These void bolts hurt terribly. I need to be careful. I did try to use Spell Reflect. This is one of the harder bosses for me. I also don't know where Valera is. I'm assuming she's around. I don't see her, though. She's over there. Is she coming? Is it possible to just lose your Valera? Was I meant to res her or something? Oh. Alright, Valera... Girl. Hi. Let's have you heal for this. As a job 1. And let's have you come with me as a job 2. Frequent conversation I had with my guild is return to 10 mythic? You mean like, flex mythic? What do you think? We can technically still do it, but still. Because the new difficulty is going to be 15 to 25. My guild's take is that the vast majority of us are not really interested in doing anything harder than what we're doing right now. So there's not a whole lot of... There is some, I'm sure, but there's not a whole lot of appetite for Mythic, even if they make the raid size different. I'm not personally interested myself. I am trying exactly as hard as I would like to, and I have no desire to try any harder. Oh, 10 man, not 10 mythic. Yeah, I mean, if hang on, I got confused. I don't understand the question. We just kind of raid with whoever shows up. Alright, I'm gonna focus because I need to I need to stop wiping on this. I'm running out of deaths. I don't know what happens if you die too much. I forget. The Grungler is gonna come get me. That big boss from the first season that they had delves. The Grumpus. Oh no, that's Torghast. What did they call him? It wasn't the Grumpus. It could have been though. That would have been funny. They did have a Grumpus. That was more of a Christmas thing. The Terragru! Yeah! I don't know why I wanted to call him the Grungler. I'm ready for the Terragru to come get me. The Creech?
Not quick enough.
Oh. I felt like I was out of that. Apparently I was not. Grungler over Terragru. Yeah, how come I'm not naming stuff? Low-key miss Torghast. I've been saying that. I've loved Torghast, not from week 1. I hated it week 1, but like week 4. Once I got into it after there was a little less pressure on it, and I kind of figured out like my favorite builds to run and stuff. Oh dear, you don't get very good rewards, do you? If you die too much. Did I not get my, You don't get a bountiful chest, do you? I've never failed that badly in a delve. I've never had that happen before. I did get a warbound piece of loot. You get like no rewards. Yeah, that's a first for me. I've never done that before. Whoops. Well, I guess it didn't consume my key, did it? Is it still bountiful? Could I like run it again? Not that I really want to. I'd probably rather do a different one. That boss is hard for me. I can do it, but ugh. Yeah, you could run it again. It still looks bountiful to me. I'm gonna do something else, though. I'd rather do Shadowguard Point. That's funny. Like to buy toys, use them once, and then forget about them. Just like when I was a kid. Nostalgia. The only toys that ever get used for me is if they're macroed into something. I have 871 items in my toy box. I'm not exactly going to dig through here and pull out something cool and new. See far in the distance and create small water droplets. Like, it's just not happening. Let's do a different one. That was awful. I gotta be a bit more careful. I think I'll just keep Valera's healer. There's no big sense in taking on the extra risk. Especially if I'm going to be just kind of like chilling on streaming and being a moderately distracted. Best toy in the game or sets of toys is the rafts and boats. Use my raft every day. Is this the world quest I got halfway through? It is. I should finish that. Yeah, if I'm gonna go fishing, even though I could just levitate as a priest, I love to use the it's like a Tuskar fishing boat. It's so cute. Forget that I never use it. The Rainbow Trail toy, I have macroed into movement abilities. I should make a Heroic Leap Rainbow macro. I'll do that right now. I normally have it. Prismatic Bauble, right? Want to have the right tooltip. Need to get the Rainbow Trail, but I'm too lazy. It's expensive, but once you have it, you've got it forever. On everybody, let me see. Oh, also I didn't put in my bar. That helps. I think that I need to use the bauble before the leap if I want to have the Rainbow Trail in the air. But then it's changing my icon. I'd have to either go change it back manually or just remember that that's what that button does. Specify which tooltip you get by typing in the name after show tooltip. Oh! I didn't know that. I always just put show tooltip as like, this is how I start macro. Show tooltip, heroic leap. Ah, clever. Okay, yeah, because I'd really love to have this 1 second. Save that. Because I want it to arc beautifully behind me. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gas. I don't know how it took me that long to set that up on this warrior. That's like the most important part. That's the best part. The Mad Merchant is a rare spawned vendor in Dalaran. The Wowhead comments on that page will have more information about like how to find him and stuff. They did make him permaspawned during Pride Month in June. Maybe they'll do that again this upcoming June if we're lucky. Or they did something to make him easier to shop from, or a discount or something. But they haven't done it every Pride Month. Enough time has passed. What is your favorite dungeon of the season? I love Windrunner Spire, even if the first pull makes me cry as a healer. Let me look at them. I mean, it's cheesy of me to say I like them all. Magisters is really fun. Windrunner's fun. Skyreach is fun. Zenus is pretty fun. I don't know. I don't know. Let's say Magister's Terrace. Yeah, they're all solid. I don't have like a standout favorite or least favorite. I like all of them. But if I was going to pick one, I would say Magisters. This is a long world quest, but I want my 1,000 gold. I've been halfway to it for ages. This is longer than the Delve. $250k gold. Homophobic. I feel like there was some cheaper or easier way to get the same effect. It's not the Flawless Amethyst Bauble Worm, although that can also... There's a pet you can buy for like a bajillion pet charms that can sometimes cast the same aura on you. I thought there was a new thing that they did. I forget all the details. Useless that way. But there was something new that was going to make that cheaper or easier than just the bauble. I bought mine so long ago, it's so paid for itself. Every class macroed into a movement ability. Hunter's Disengage, Priest Feather, Warrior Leap, whatever you got. Alright. I need to not die more than 3 times. Ideally, I need to not die at all, and that way I can get my myth crest that I came for. How embarrassing. I didn't even realize that was an option. I didn't know they could completely hold out on you and be like, you died too much in this stealth. Thanks, but no thanks. Try again. It's never happened to me before. Begging Zarin for a hero drum of renewed bonds, but he doesn't give a damn. Aw. Boo. I'll bully him for you.
I'll take that.
I only just replaced mine because I got myth trinkets from dungeons, but they're not amazing. I have a dragon's game. I'm hoping to get good raid trinkets. Some of the best Fury Warrior trinkets are from raid. So if I get good raid trinkets out of Vault, then I'll be all set. And if I don't, then I'm just gonna have to deal. How do you remove damage text? I think it's a console command. Or maybe I did it with, I used to be able to use a console command. I maybe did it with Leatrix Plus. Maybe it was a console command. No idea. Don't see it. I normally turn it off because, especially when I'm healing, I find it just spammy, but I'm comfier just playing without it in general. If I want to know how much damage I'm doing, I'll pull up a meter or a log or something. Use my bonus rolls for both, and I regret nothing! Hey, if you got the trinket, you got the trinket. Can't complain about that. Dude, I'm so happy. Because this past week is probably... Well, you know, I'm probably going to be doing, like, Heroic Voidspire. So I guess there's still a chance for me to get, like, the Voracious or the Aversian trinkets? There's some Voidspire trinkets. I guess we'll see if we end up doing Heroic March with alts. But we're only doing one night raids now. We're not doing Thursday nights anymore, just Wednesdays. Wish there was a UI option to filter the outgoing text. You could have it show if the enemy means something, otherwise stay hidden. Yeah, I feel like the combat log is pretty not useful to people in its current state. I wonder if they could do something there, or if it's not worth trying. Wait, it's the pangolin.
The pleasure is mine.
Insanely lucky. Got the Midnight Falls neck in my vault too. Ooh, that is lucky. My priest got quite lucky with loot this tier as well, actually. Oh wait, did I get the thing? The whole point of killing him is so you can get the power. I have a really bad habit of killing the special mob and then just going, job done, and wandering away. Oh dear. Good day, Hazel. Hope you have an amazing day. Thank you, Darabelia. Is it Darabelia? Darabelia? Something different? Unnamed third option? I don't know that I've ever asked. And if I have, I apologize. You got it? What are we doing? I think I've been clearing a lot of trash and then not remembering to destroy the mana siphons. Let's do a little wide skirt around here. At least you get Marl from this.
Gather yourself.
That's a scary pull.
Stay here and recover.
I don't have any links for my UI. It's mainly just in-game Blizzard UI. The only add-on is Plater, and I do have my Plater profile posted.
I'll staunch the bleeding.
I thought I could live without Plater. I thought I was going to finally strip down to like no combat add-ons, and I made it pretty close. I know other people are still using DBM. I actually dropped it at the beginning of the X-Pack, and I've been fine in raids without it. So I've just been kind of living without it. I like the default boss timeline they've added in. I've been using that. I got kind of used to it. I like that you can mouse over abilities that are coming up and see a really quick tooltip of them to kind of remind myself of like what's next and what it does. There it is. No DBM here. Went back to Elv after a couple of weeks of trying, mainly for the nameplates.
Your life is mine.
Yeah, I was really hoping I could use Blizz nameplates, but they're just not good enough for me yet. Good on them for trying. I hope they continue to improve on them. You guys finished leveling your Valeras? I'm sure some people must have, if you've been keeping up with Delves.
Gather yourself.
Mine's kind of like 56, I think. She's getting there? Hit 60 a couple days ago? Nice. Last 3 levels are a lot of XP. Yeah, I did notice things felt like they slowed down, although I also kind of eased off Delves once I got into keys. For a while I was doing my bountiful like 8s to 11s on 2 characters every week. And that was a lot of XP. Today I finished all the Midnight Delve achievements. Congratulations! Did you use did you get through the ones that want you to do it as like different specs, like healer, tank, DPS? And if so, did you do them on one class, or do you have alts? I was kind of thinking about those. I was on the fence about it. Yep, I have alts. Oh, nice. I have terminal alcoholicism. Doing the weekly bountiful delve in each alt was a ton of XP. Yeah. Wow, that's so much. That's so many delves. That's so much work. You must be much faster at them than me. I'm very slow at delves. I get them done, but it ain't pretty. It's not in a hurry. I should be a bit cautious here. I've already used my health potion.
Your pain, my pleasure.
The brainworm that I have, ages ago, back in the fall, when I was trying to figure out how I was going to trim the hedges at my new house, I was looking up like ladders and like pole trimmers and whatnot because it's quite a tall hedge. And I was doing research on different kinds of ladders used for that sort of thing, and there's like orchard ladders and whatnot. And I had come across like a Facebook post of with kind of your quintessential Facebook dads talking about this. And somebody had posted a question of like, I saw someone trimming their hedge with a ladder, and they were asking about the ladder. And in the comments in this post, all of these Facebook dads, like 30 of them, had separately and independently posted, trimming a hedge with a ladder. I would have used a hedge trimmer. And I thought that was so funny that they had all been like, yep, you know what they need to hear is this joke again. And like just kept posting it. And I was telling it to my Flabby, because I kind of thought he would also find it stupid, and then he laughed for like 10 minutes. And now that's my brain room. Like, even when we're not talking about hedges anymore, any time that the sentence fits the phrase, I would have used a hedge trimmer, it's just stuck in my head forever, and my brain just like offers it up as, is this the response to what you're looking for? And it came in my brain recently, and I felt compelled to share the story. Now you know. Dad jokes. I don't know what it takes to think of a joke, look at a comment page, maybe that's the part they weren't doing, or like a chat history, it happens in Twitch chat too, see that several other people, maybe even many, have already said that exact thing and been like, you know what? I'm sending it. I thought of it too. Brains now hedges all the way down. Skip the intro when you level alts. Wondered if it was worth doing. Skip the intro? Skip the intro. I normally do Exile's Reach, but I haven't started an alt from level 1 in a long time. Even my Harrineer started at level 10, I think. Spend all this time typing this joke out. It'd be a waste not to boast. I would have used a hedge trimmer. Need to get my hedge trimmer out. I was all gung-ho about it in the first few months of living here, and now it's starting to look kind of shaggy, especially now in the spring that it's actually like growing, and I'm like, well, listen, we're busy. It's a busy season. Oh, the intro to Midnight. Oh, no. I big skip that. Even if it was good experience, I can't be bothered to do the same quest again. I'm a big ol' intro skipper.
Stay here and recover.
I'm not doing this in a hurry. Pango plating toy is my most favorite toy ever. I'm playing as a pangolin 99% of the time like a bootleg druid. Is this a toy I have? Pango. I do have pango plating. Let me try it. 10 minutes. Turn into pangolin. Can I like... Oh my gosh, I'm a bootleg druid. That's fantastic. I couldn't tell you what this is from. I just happened to have it. 60-minute persist through death? Wow! I feel like we shouldn't say that too loud or they're gonna fun detect it and nerf it. Just being able to use it in combat's excellent. I want to whip this out in a dungeon. Although, maybe it would make it hard for me to see where my feet are standing. Don't ask me how I know this by heart. Are you the pangolin person? Rose HR, thank you very much for the 16-month resub. Appreciate it. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. We had an entire raid of pangos one night progging Laura. How has this been missing from my life all this time? They should make this kind of toy for like every new creature. I would be a walking fish. I would be a land fish. I would be a mud fish. It would be no questions asked. Pets collected that cannot battle is a new thing. Well, not completely new. They've always had a few of those, but they're doing more of what they're calling peaceful pets. I am lacking in... I have an interrupt. It's coming up. Why be gnome when could be pango? I do like being gnome. Don't get me wrong. Wish I could be a mudfish from the War Within like Bubbles. Exactly. That's the dream. I spell reflected that, but I want to save my kick for like the long channel because it looks threatening. Yeah, void wolves aren't bad. That one. Thank you for restarting your WoW News of the Week videos. They're so helpful. Aw, shucks. Thanks for watching them.
Stay here and recover.
Thank you for watching them in spite of my very long break. I'm glad to be back. Alright. 5 myth crests. Let's go. Works out. You do get loot as long as you don't die horribly. Like the class codex add-on suggestion. I felt bad that I couldn't come up with any news that I really had anything to say about, but I've been digging this, so I figured it could use a little bit of a spotlight. A weekly kitten video and news too. YouTube members got a longer one. There's a couple of minutes of kitten footage on the YouTube. My latest Hazel's home video. I got 130 marl. I got some champion boots. I have 185 mana crystals. What do you have for sale? I could get a hero track cloak, which I don't need. Those are bad stats. Those are alright stats, but I have better rings. Or you can do better than that. I have been stocking up on Tender, yeah. I am very stingy about Tender. I wish not to spend it unless my heart beats for whatever they're trying to sell me. It has to be good. They're not going to give me enough Tender to buy everything, then I'm not going to spend it on just anything. Let's go. I want to go swimming. I wonder if I need to do it in my priest, though. I'm not sure to what degree the Abyss Anglers rewards are account-wide. I want to add, I haven't gotten around to it yet. It's on my list of things to add to the stream. I have a whole bunch of kitten videos that I can add to the BRB screens. There's a really good one. There's a really funny one. Or I think it's funny anyway. As the ender, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Check this month's trader thing before I disappear into a PoE-shaped hole. Let me see if I can grab the one I'm thinking of. I think it's this one. No, can't show that one. Might be this one. Yeah, I think we're fine. I'll have it muted. Yeah, it's muted. Good. This is Tuna and Moose. Before I got their cat tree. Moose really loves both of the cats. Tuna likes to play with them more, and Moose likes to groom Tiki more. Like, Tiki takes the cuddles. Both cats really like him. Oh yeah, there's a crinkly fish toy that Moose has been trying to use to entice the cats to play with him. He's a good boy. I feel like it takes Tuna a really long time to get down. Oh yeah, he gets down and he goes for it. It was originally a cat toy, and I think Moose knows that it's not his toy, because if he thought it was his toy, he would have disemboweled it by now. And despite him continuing to take it, it's been in pretty good shape. My turn? He wants to play with the cats so badly. And he's trying to figure out what kind of games work for a dog and a cat. I think at one point here, he actually throws the toy for him. Like a person. There you go. Come on. That's cute. Tuna didn't stick with it very long, but it's cute. He's like, are you gonna get it? Are you gonna get that? No? Okay. Yeah, Moose is really clever. It helps that he's very, very smart, and he's very motivated to make friends. It's all he wants in the world is to, like, have friends and play with everybody. He is flexible in how it's done. He will figure out how you want to play as long as you want to play with him. I was going to do some Abyss Anglers, I think. Unless I want to do Gold World quests. Make some gold to spend on stuff. He is a smart dog. Tiki's a really smart cat, too. Tuna is young, so he has an excuse, but he does seem to have to kind of rent the brain cell now and then. Tiki has it all the time. Tiki's a clever kitty. I miss them. That's where the brain cell's been off to lately. Yeah. Occasionally Tuna's just checking it out from the brain cell library. And then if you forget to bring it back, you get hit with the late fees. Let's make a little gold. I don't see why not. Let's make a little gold as a pangolin. That's even better. Anyway. I'll get that clip at some point into the BRB library. Maybe splice together a couple of other cute ones of the cats playing, or cats and moose playing. It's weird streaming without them home. I haven't had my computer turned off in like a day. Oh, hey, a rare's up. Must have just come up. Maybe this is gonna be the one that gives me a mount. It could happen. It could be the time. It could be my day. There's a farm I haven't done yet. There's a lot of great mounts from these, and I just haven't gotten to it. It's a cool druid form. Been a hot minute since I gave into the WoW addiction. Yeah, I guess from like a distance, if you just saw the rage bar and you saw this, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's a sick bear druid. My chat just told me about a toy that turns you into a pangolin. I'm actually on a warrior right now. It's just a transformation toy. I'm enjoying my my budget druid fantasy. Come on, that's fun. Fooled me. I feel like the rage bar really sells it. Can the pangolin dance? I'll try. It would surprise me. The pangolin does not dance. It does not... Oh, it can sit. It does have a sit. Oh, it's a very polite sit, too. It probably has a roar. It does not really have a roar. What else would it have? Lie down is different than sit. It can lie down. I'm trying to think of anything else it would be likely to have. It's a weird looking dog. Hey lady, what's wrong with your dog? I always check silly. No animation for it. I pop by to this world quest pretty often, especially whenever they're bribing me with gold. And I always have the worst time, like, getting tags and finding mobs to kill. There we go, this is better. It's because they're all over here. That's what's going on. Excellent. Yeah, I like Warrior a lot. It's fun. I'll have to learn arms at some point. I'm not sure exactly when. Maybe next season. Because I'd like to know how to play it so that I can switch to it for fights that are really much better suited to arms. Fury's fun though. I think Fury's mainly what I want to be playing. I always stop for lumber because I figure one day I'm gonna get the Midnight Lumberjack achievement. I am not close. I'm not close. I'm 166. Also, it's gone. out of 250. Arms is alright. They got heroic strike back, technically. Oh, technically correct. The best kind of correct. I heard it was a little slower. A little, like, fairly simple. Shouldn't be too hard to learn. Not for today, though. Yeah, it's a later me problem. Should try arms again. I miss it being fun. I get a little giggle out of it because I know they mean arms as in, like, weapons. And that's why they've named it Arms Warrior. But in my toddler brain, it's like, arms. Like, and they're just kind of like, and then when it's Blade Storm, it's just main DPS's arms for years. It's very unforgiving, but I believe they made adjustments recently. Nice. I think I'm gonna pop in my priest and have a look at abyss angling. Get a little bit of progress on that. They have pictures of the kitties in the other monitor. Whenever I get like a good chance to, I'm always taking selfies with them if we're just like hanging out and cuddling. Tiki's my selfie bud. He's like a magnet cat. Oh yeah, I forgot I put the feather in the aquarium. Oh, that pie on my desk must be getting stale by now. Yeah, I'm not mad at this actually. I think we did a better job than I thought I did. I like this house. Let's take it to Solomon. Oh dear. Wait, let me see it for Holy. I want to see how off I am for my stat targets on Holy. I probably would have performed better if I'd had Class Codex installed this entire... I guess the expansion... The add-on's only 2 months old. It's a fairly recently designed add-on. I wonder if they would ever run into trouble with Wowhead or Icy Veins or their sources. Just on the basis that they are, I guess to some degree, like skimming or preventing some traffic. Kind of like how when Google embeds the answer on their web page, then the website that had the answer doesn't actually get the click-through. Looks like for Holy. For Raid, I was doing okay. Needed more crit. Not at my crit target. Even though I was enchanting crit, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I was trying there. I just didn't have very optimized stuff. I never really worked off the BIS list. I have helmet. Good. My neck has more crit. Hard to say. It's also free advertising, right? It is free advertising. Does Wowhead need advertising? Is somebody going to get Class Codex that hadn't previously been to Wowhead? Tough to say. Hey y'all. Hello. How you doing? I feel like if Wowhead really wanted a piece of this cake, they would just make their own add-on kind of like this. Because it's super handy to have it handy in-game. And I feel like this is an easier interface to navigate than the class guide. I like the class guide. I refer to it and read it all the time, but it is much faster for me to check my BIS list or check my trinkets here than to page through and figure out where I'm navigating to on the web page. Hazel just got done with a slew of healer keys. Nice person, 97 on my Resto Shaman for damage in a key. Let's go. You're in it. You're doing it. Oh, I should make some food for 1,000 gold. 1,000 gold I could get to keep. Thanks for the heads up. Downloading it right now. Class Codex. Hoping they keep up with that one, because it's gonna... That's my plan for how I'm going to figure out what I'm rolling on and make sure that my gear targeting is on the up and up. I don't usually... I've historically been too lazy to target my bisque gear, because, like, I couldn't really be bothered to keep checking what I was looking for. I would just kind of... I would try to get things, like, if I got an upgrade and it was better stats than what I had on, I would do that. But that was about the end of it. I think this will be much better. Bag skiers.
Have you traveled far? Home is welcome from me and my humble abode.
This is how you cook things, right? Is you stand in the pot on the fire. That's how you make sure you're doing it right.
Hello. The currents guide you home.
Well,
Easiest 1,000 gold of my life.
so
Nope, stew.
I'd call that edible enough.
Let's go get... Let's see if we can get up to 150 schools swum through a fish. And maybe we'll get some pearls that we can save up towards the next thing. Maybe one of the outfits. Only works on gnomes. Love this mount. I'm happy that they had one of these as the meta mount, because I have not got the rare drop one yet. Maybe one of these weeks I'll just commit myself to nothing but farming rares. Could do. Might be fun. Maybe next week. Gorgeous out. I declare that this is now time for a cycle. See you later. Have a great cycle. Have a great rest of the stream. Thank you. We're saving up. I got 800 pearls. I'm saving up 4,500 for the green dive suit, the kelp green dive suit. I have one of each of all these pieces of decor already. I have kebab already. So I pretty much just want the ensembles. And I wouldn't mind having some more achievements done. Wouldn't hate having more achievements done. So we're swimming through schools as best we can, and we're also gonna loot enough treasures to kind of get some score for pearls. I like this, and I want to feel like I'm finishing it before 12:07. Nice and relaxing. Did I not miss one? No, guess not. My BF decided to get a kitten yesterday. I've been showing him pictures and videos of yours. He's been talking about it for a while, but it may have given him baby fever. Nice. Hey, it's kitten season. They're happening. They need homes right now. That's exciting. You fall in love with them so fast. I've had them for 2 weeks. And they feel like they're like part of my family. My babies. Listen, now that you talked him into one kitten, talk him into two. Half a second, looked at the screen, thought you were in Xerolic Caverns for some reason. Who needs underground when you have underwater? Let me find my best photo of the two of them snuggling. The vents can look like the stalagmites. Yeah, I agree. Totally. Anyone even working on this? Somebody's working on it. It's at 87 stacks. Not doing that. 112. What did I say I wanted to get to? 150? This is a pretty long achievement, so I figure I'll break it up into a few steps. Yet another older cat and dog. Getting a bit full. Childhood cat passed away a couple years ago. Really excited for him. Aw. Well, congratulations in advance. Share pictures when you can, if you can. We have a pet pictures channel in the Discord. I've been watching like non-stop cat advice videos, despite the fact that I've had cat for years. Anyway, I've had Kira. It's like, what if there's secrets I need to know? I put one of our t-shirts, like one of our worn t-shirts, into each of their carriers while they're away getting their vet getting the neuter, so that when they go back in their carrier they have something that smells a little bit like each of us. Because I think they like us so far. I'm hoping that's comforting. They're not just like, ew, stinky. On my feed this morning, caracals came up, and I have no clue how people keep them as pets. Yeah, the exotic ones are certainly a choice. It's not really my vibe. Hi, Hazel. Hello. How are you? Sure, they love it. My babies. We have not done amazing on... Doesn't really matter though, you can just restart as many times as you want. Yeah, I think I should just beeline for this trench. This seems to be like a really good spot for the schools of fish. And there's lots of treasures too. Can't tell between the I'm happy to see you and I'm about to bite you with the wildcats. Why not both? I'm so happy to see you that I just have to bite you. Munch. Do you like the Abyss? I do, yeah, I do enjoy it. I like it quite a bit. I have most of the rewards from it already. Most of them, not all of them. I'm just kind of grinding pearls for my last couple of items and working on a few straggler achievements. They did recently, if you've been having issues getting your depth grease, they did another hotfix literally yesterday on this. So it's worth giving it another go and another look and see if you can progress it now if you have been one of the people stuck on it. I was looking it up because I was specifically complaining about it in yesterday's video after talking with you guys about it, and I saw that they had pushed another hotfix about it really late yesterday. Hopefully that fixed it. I didn't have that particular issue, but it sounded awful. 120. Pearls, I don't think transferable. I guess I'm not sure. Angler pearls. Oh no, they are. You can transfer them. I've just been playing on the same character though. There's no, as far as I can tell, there's no reason to use more than one character. Aside from just, I guess, if you were already in the area. I'd rather just stick with the one character because it's not like there's any power or anything. One alt can dive as well as the next. Profession tools? Oh, yeah, no, you're right. That is a reason. That would be a reason for some people, because it's soul. Those are soulbound. But yeah, sounds like you can transfer pearls and then buy them that way if you want. I haven't got those. I think I've given up on epic profession tools. Maybe next expansion. Yep, 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 yep. Two per week now, just doing weeklies. I'll get them over time anyway. True. Assuming you remember to do your weeklies, that will work. I've been making like a little bit of gold just using concentration crafts, even not fully optimized. Concentration crafting, the really popular stuff, still seems profitable for me. So I'll just do 1 or 2 here and there when I remember them, and that's fine. It'll be more profitable if I put more effort into it, but it's working. I'm not completely broke. These little yellow boxes, the ancient relics, once you've unlocked them, that's how you really juice up your score. Just come out here and look for those. A couple more pools too. That's what I'm really out here for. Gotten in the habit of opening my vault, picking up weekly quests, then doing my 2 profession weeklies, but don't really go out of my way otherwise. This sounds like a really nice kind of reset day ritual. I think I need to accept that as much as I want to be the kind of person that does my weeklies and gold world quests, I don't think that's who I am. By and large, I do not get around to it. I will maybe do the main weekly. I'm just gonna have to slowly gonna become one of those people that just doesn't have gold or marl or anything because you're not doing enough stuff to give it. This is going well though. Lots of these. I'm excited for Vault this week. I'm really hoping to get something good. A good trinket would be amazing on my warrior. And I feel like this is one of my first Vault weeks where I've actually like figured out what my warrior even wants, you know? Like, this is the first time I've had a BIS list that I'm willing to, like, check and figure out what I'm looking for. I think it's because when I was healing, as long as I was doing enough healing to, like, look good on meters and save us from disaster, I felt like my gear was probably good enough. But for damage, you can always be doing more damage. So it feels like there's kind of more journey there for me. Maybe I was just getting a bit lazy. Alright, let's go back and reset. Addicted to Diablo 4 this week. Not done a lot of WoW. Debating if I care about doing the Darkmoon Fair Professions today or not. Yeah, it's the day to do them if you're gonna, but no judgment for me if you decide not to, because I certainly didn't do them. And I don't think I will. That's alright. How many pearls? 22k. I'm saving, I think I need 4,500 for the dive suit. I think it's a bit expensive. Head straight for the trench. These are always in the same spot. You must be able to like optimize a route. It's nice to be at the point where I don't really have to actually do any spearfishing unless I wanted to do the mythic creature a bunch of times. For 10 whole achievement points. If I can get to 150, I'll consider that to be like a good spot to have grinded this for the day. I wonder if this one is the grindiest of the achievements. Maybe the 1,000,000 points might be. Once you're done with this, you could just start ignoring the schools of fish completely and just focus on treasures. Is that a school of fish? No, it's not. It's like a whirlpool. Yeah, this is the spot. I think every time I'm just going to come out here, grab a bunch of easy score, and get as many pulls as we can. There is a Star Wars Day of May the 4th be with you. Apparently there's also a Dune Day of May thy 9th chip and shatter. It's been a minute since I've read Dune. I don't remember that one. Are they releasing the third Dune movie then, or are they missing out on an opportunity? One of the myriad Star Wars films must have released on a May the 4th, right? May thy knife chip and shatter is the Dune quote. Slipped my mind. I remember the fear is the mind killer. That's a classic. I want to get hard copies of the first 6 Dune novels again so I can reread them at some point. I was thinking, may thy knife chip and shatter. It's not a very nice thing to say to somebody. Less famous Star Wars Day, Revenge of the Sixth. Love that quote. Hey, hey, hey! You know what? This is good enough. I can just restart it. It's nice that you can just surface whenever you're currently being savaged by a shark. Yeah.
The Roa are back. I feel like a child.
Seen the Dune movies? Just the new ones. Not the old ones. I do remember you talking about the 84 Dune, though. We get to... Ah, yeah, we'll get to 150. There we go. It's just sort of an arbitrary amount, but I like picking... Whenever a goal seems like too big to really grind, I like picking smaller chunks of it and then just kind of getting a little bit done every day or every couple of days. New one is good, even if it introduces a massive timeline problem. Yeah. I have lower standards for movies in terms of that sort of thing these days. I don't mind a little, I don't know, creative work with the technicalities as much as I used to. I used to get very hung up on all the details when I was younger, and now I'm just kind of happy to kind of enjoy the spectacle and the cinema of it and not expect it to tie up every corner, because at some point it's just gonna... There must be reasons why. It's not like they don't know what they've done. Alia's not born by the time Paul was made emperor, so the entire war took, what, a few months? Oh, are they shuffling the timeline to have her in this third movie? Is she in the third movie? Man, it's gonna be weird. I mean, Dune, that's my favorite thing about Dune, is that it gets so weird. I see. This one? These guys? Yeah, this is definitely my favorite spot for working on the School of Fish achievement. I don't think we're going to be able to get the dive suit today, but it's alright. We have the nicer color already. Can save our pearls. The Brian Herbert, Kevin Anderson books are also a thing. Read them. Goes in an interesting direction. I stopped after 6. Mainly because I felt pretty complete. I'm sure they're fine. Six ends in a cliffhanger. It must not have bothered me that much. Okay. You picking up the kitties? They staying overnight? I get to pick them up today. I'm waiting by the phone for the text that they're ready or on the way back. It's tough. I'm having a tough time being patient. I want to go get my babies. Oh, and I think that's my cube. We got lots of score in that one. That should be worth a good chunk of pearls. Yeah, 900. If I did 900 one more time, I could maybe get the suit. Let's go for it. Get a couple extra fish schools while we're at it. I clear up their room. They have to stay in a small room for a day or two, potentially longer, just to keep them from jumping up to or off of anything high while their sutures are healing from their snip. And it's gonna be tough because they're used to being able to party and roam, and we'll have to see and make sure they're not damaging each other's sutures. Otherwise, we're gonna have to separate them, and they wouldn't like that. So. Hopefully it goes pretty smooth. From what I hear, it's fairly non-invasive these days, and male kittens in particular tend to bounce back really fast. Yeah. I think the females take a bit longer because it's more of an invasive internal surgery, but the male one is pretty quick. Fingers crossed. Moose bounced back from his really quickly. He was himself again in about a day or two. I remember them saying not to let him, like, jump or play, and he's just kind of like, what do you mean? What am I supposed to do? Short of literally locking him in a crate, which I guess some people might do. It's a valid option. He's a puppy. He's gonna bounce. This is my dog. He likes to jump. These are super good for score. We'll have to figure out what we're going to get up to tomorrow. We could do decorating. We might do more keys. Maybe more Warrior Mythic Plus if it feels like the thing to do. All kinds of different things we can get up to. Maybe I could split it half and half, do some decorating and some keys just to really cover my bases. Turn brain on, turn brain off. Anyone's guess as to which one's which. I think decorating the house takes more brain power than DPS and keys, to be honest. It's a little harder. There's more abstract decisions to be made. Mom and I took a neighborhood stray in to get fixed a few years ago. Well, good for you guys. Kept him in a crate in our garage for a couple days to recover. And then after we let him out, we never saw him again. Hope that someone decided to take him in. Yeah. We found a nice spot. Very least, at least he's not fathering any more kittens out there. How we doing? How we doing? I gotta watch out for that shark that always bites me over here. Is it that one? No. I'm just kind of like overkilling the score a little bit to make sure I get enough pearls to buy that. I'd like to buy that outfit. Humane Society does it for free? Oh, but they snipped the ears for strays. Mom didn't like that, so she paid for it herself. Yeah. I think part of the reason they snip the ears is so that if anybody else comes across him later, they could see that it's already been done and they don't need to trap him and try and do it again. But I get it. It's tough. I love my boys' ears. They have such soft little kitty ears. This one. This one. I used to be friends with a ear-tipped TNR stray in the city, and she was everybody's friend. She was like a neighborhood stray cat, so like she was technically a stray cat, but like she effectively had like 9 different people feeding her. She had a bed to sleep in every house in that street, I'm sure. And she was so friendly. She would like shake you down on the street for walks, or on the street for pets rather, while you were out for a walk. I remember she got kind of cranky with me once I got a dog and I started walking with Moose, because she'd like see me and she'd come up to go say hi, and then she'd be like, oh wait, and there's a dog, and then she'd just kind of like stay on the other side of the street. So I'd get my partner to hold Moose, and then I'd go visit her, just me, and then she would be like, all right, okay. Meow. 900 pearls. Woo! Working hard as usual. Keeping on, keeping on. One Abyss Angler ensemble. Little green version of it. Da-da-da-da-da. I love babies. Avoid visiting my local humane society because I'll get too addicted to them and be sad. Yeah, that's me. I have zero capacity to not want to just take them all home. Okay, it's about that time. I am gonna wrap up for the day, but I'll be back tomorrow. Can let you guys know how everything went. I appreciate the company. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'll be back for one more stream this week, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.